All right, Coach. Just start with general thoughts, I guess. I mean, obviously a tough way to go down, but you went down fighting, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what championship games are. You know, it was you're a tie game under 2 minutes, and they made a couple more plays than we did, and walk out of here being the champions, and we didn't. So we walk out and having lost the game. So I mean, that's the way things go. Sometimes I was proud of our effort. I was proud of our performance. I thought, especially in the second half, that was a terrific basketball game, and that's a really good team that played well. So,
I really felt like that momentum was going to shift your way, midway through, because you kept getting those big shots to even things out and even get out ahead a little bit. But what kind of happened there at the end, where things just kind of fell off a little bit for you, I guess?
Well, I mean, it was. I don't understand the question. I mean, I think it was, 3 possessions. Marcus Porter scores on a 1-4 flat isolation to put him up 2. Chris comes down and turns it over, and they hit a 3. So I don't think we fell off a cliff. I think, 3 plays basically change the complexion of a game when you're inside of 2 minutes. So, like I said, I mean, they've got a good team, and, I thought Porter hit a big shot, and then Dobbs' shot was, huge. Contested, coming off a screen, and it's sort of the kind of shots he's made all year. So, they're good. We lost to a good opponent, and we gave it a go and just came up short.
You talk about those 2 guys on the other side, Porter and Dobbs. I mean, you're getting beaten up inside by Porter, and then outside they're doing it the same. How hard is that to contend with, where you've got, again, the inside-outside going?
Yeah, tough. I mean, I think they present problems with 4 people. I mean, Burrell, Dobbs, Harris, and Porter are physically, probably Division I basketball players. And in the end, that's why they've won 23 games. Because they're incredibly talented. They're very tough-minded, and we knew we were going to have our hands full, and we did. I don't think there's any shame in losing the game to them. They're a good team, and they played well.
Sure. Talk a little bit about what they did to you defensively the first half. I mean, it seemed like whether it was their defensive effort or maybe just some missed shots on your part from three-point range that really kind of put you guys at a disadvantage.
No, they switched 5 positions. We got all sorts of shots that we wanted and didn't make them. I mean, Roy had a very subpar first half, and most of the missed shots were coming from him. And then in the second half, he picked it up a little bit, which made things a little bit better. But, I mean, that's the way they've played us. We got good shots. We took care of the basketball. We only turned it over 8 times. We didn't quite get ourselves to the foul line, but I'm not at all disappointed in how we played offense or the shots that we generated.
Talk about that second half effort where you guys kind of came back. I mean, I think you hit 6 threes there.
Well, we knew we needed more than Chris, and I think in the first half, Mark, Vic, and Harrison really didn't do anything, and then in the second half, I think they came out a little bit more aggressive and decided to help. And we need more than Chris was playing well and Roy wasn't, and the other 3 literally weren't doing anything. So, it's like that 5-man group has played pretty good all year, and I think they were clicking a little bit in the second half, which put us in a much better position to win the game than the way we played in the first half.
Right. Now you go to the selection committee tomorrow. How do you think things are going to pan out there?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Well, what's the hope, I guess?
Well, I would assume we're in the field somewhere, and now it's just a matter of seeding. So, I've learned a lot of things over the years. Is you can't really figure out what they're going to do. You just wait till your name is called, and then on Monday we'll get back to work and hopefully have another game next weekend.
Obviously a tough one. Seemed like just a couple baskets away from really putting something together there at the end. Do you feel like you guys got the execution that you wanted or the shots that you wanted there? Or?
I wouldn't say we got bad shots. I mean, I turned the ball over coming down the stretch with like 2 minutes left, and that was a big possession. And then Dobbs made a huge 3 put them up 5, and game kind of changed after that. So, you got to credit them. They made huge plays coming down the stretch, and if that's what it takes to win championships, they deserve that one.
Sure. It seemed like, again, Roy was having a tough game, and Coach was saying he wasn't getting the necessary production out of the other guys that he was hoping for. How hard is that for you? Do you feel like you have to take on even more pressure to really put something together and get you guys back on track?
I mean, you try to let the game come to you, and but if you see that like the score is kind of getting out of hand, or the rest of your guys are struggling, it's natural to sort of press a little bit. But me and Roy I feel like we've done a pretty good job this year of letting our offense come and flow through everybody. So I don't think it was really any different today. A couple times I forced things, Roy forced things, but other than that, I mean, it's what we do. We play offense well, and we didn't play well enough tonight. And defensively too. I mean, we gave up 49 points in the second half. It's not going to win any games.
Talk about dealing with Porter on both ends of the floor. Obviously giving you fits offensively, but again, he did a number on you in the second half too. Not only him, but just team defense. They only let you score about 6 points there in the second half. So just talk about contending with him and just overall what kind of held you back in the second half.
Well, they did a really good job playing team defense, and every time I caught the ball in the post, they were switching a lot, and sometimes I would have mismatches initially, but they would double down immediately. They really did a good job in the second half taking away my driving lanes, as far as I'm concerned at least. But they played really good defense today, I thought. Bobby Harris is a good player, and he's always, whenever he's around, you got to be conscious of how you're handling the ball and stuff like that. So Marcus Porter obviously played a great game tonight, offensively and defensively. So you got to give him credit, man. They won the championship, and hopefully we get a chance to see him again in the NCAAs. But as far as today's concerned, they got us.
Talk about, it seemed like, again, you get big buckets in the second half that either put you in front by a little bit or, even you guys out. Did you guys feel like that you were going to string something together there in the middle portion to really get over the hump and finally break free?
Yeah, when you start to feel that momentum swing in your favor, it's the biggest part about it is, even though you're playing great offense, you got to get stops too. And that's what really creates big runs. And we didn't do that today. We didn't get the stops during our runs to bring it from, I think we got it to 3 or 5 or whatever, but we didn't get it to 7 or 9 or 11, you know what I mean? Like, if we had been able to stretch our leads out a little bit, maybe the game's a little different. But, and same thing, like, you have to credit them for that because they made big buckets. So.
Right. Do you feel like this loss is going to do anything to you guys going forward into the tournament? Because it seems like you guys have a pretty good shot of getting in, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you think that this is going to carry over at all and kind of hold you guys back a little bit, or are you guys going to go full bore at this and kind of redeem yourselves? Do you think?
Right now it's very tough to swallow, especially like for me as a senior. Probably going to be my last game in Stoutenburg, and to end on a loss is not easy, but it's basketball. It's the nature of sports. Like, you got to bounce back. You got to find a way, and especially for me, Mark, and Roy. I'm sure we're all very upset right now, but we have an opportunity to play another game, and no matter who that's against, we have to make sure that we bring our A game and are ready to play so that we can play 2 and 3. So we're not done. So hopefully we can string together a couple wins now.